Hi, I'm Paul from the Studio Rats. In today's video, we're going to be looking at this, which is the Neural DSP Archetype Rabea massage plugin. This is not a paid review. I've just downloaded the 14-day demo that you get with this, and I'm just going to go through the sounds and say what I think as I go along. So let's start from some of the presets. We'll start from the first one, which is called 80s Dream Transition. So this is not as I would expect from a Neural DSP plugin. This is using the synth engine that Neural DSP have created quite a lot all the way through all these presets. Let's try the next one. Now the reverb on this plugin is absolutely awesome, as you would expect, and we'll start from that end and then we'll go back sort of chain-wise the other way. So you get a reverb, a delay, you get the EQs that you normally get with the Neural DSP plugins, the speaker modeling where you can actually move around the microphones, then you get your amplifiers, and again you get the choice of 3 different amps, and then your standard sort of pre-amp pedals, as in the pedals that come before the amp. You get a compressor, an octaver, a fuzz, and an overdrive. And then interestingly, we've got this Overlord synth. So let's go through some more presets. This one's called Bass Synth. The tracking's really good actually. Buttery. Now this particular patch is really good at replicating those dynamics. If I play lightly and then harder, excellent, really good. Cleveland Steamer. That's the thing about this plugin. It's not your sort of standard sort of guitar amp sim plugin where you get like clean sounds and you distorted sounds and you might get some shimmer sort of sounds. You get loads of different types of sounds, and especially because they've incorporated the synth engine, it's really inspiring. Cloudy lead synth. So looking at sounds like this, the Portamento is really impressive. So I can do slides. And you're not getting that sort of staggered, glitchy sound that you get with a lot of sort of synth or guitar synth-based products where you're actually getting all the notes and they go up almost like a ladder where you're getting the judder from all the different notes. Really good. Cone Buster 2 synth. Let's have a look at the more sort of standard guitar based ones. Crispy Brett. Great. Let's have a look at the next one. Let's try modern crunch strat. So let's go through the different amps. What I'm going to do is turn off all of the effects, apart from the sort of time-based effects. And let's go to, actually just make sure I'm doing that, and let's go to all the different amps. Now, let's start from the cleanest of all the amps. Get lots of bottom end from it. Sounds great. And now the next amp, which I'm guessing is a more sort of crunch amp. It feels really good. The interaction between the guitar and the plugin, it sort of feels almost immediate. It's like nice and saturated without being over distorted. Now we've got two different modes for this. We've got an EL34 mode and a 6L6 mode. So the EL34 feels a bit more spongy and the 6L6 feels tighter. Feels great. And then we get our sort of more high gain amp. And again, we've got two different modes of this one. We've got the EL34 mode and the 6L6 mode. Now it's less noticeable what it does on this one. And to be honest, because this is such a high gain amp, it does lose all the dynamics. So when I pick softly and when I pick hard, there's not a lot of difference in the tone. But there is tons of gain, so I guess that's to be expected. Now, one of the things that I think is really impressive with this, if I go to the next preset, now this one's called Num Fade Bass. Now, if we listen to that on its own, so this is using the synth engine that's built into this plugin. And the thing that's really impressive about it is how good the Portamento is, first of all. So that's when I'm sliding from note to note. It is really good, and it almost feels like you've got like a MIDI pickup attached to your guitar because the tracking is that good. Now, as you can hear, sometimes it does sort of create notes that you don't really want, especially if you just touch the string, but I guess that's to be expected from something like this. And it reacts to things like vibrato. And that to me is the best thing about this plugin. They've been really creative with coming up with sounds that you don't normally get from other guitar amp sims. So what do I think of it? I think it's really, really interesting. You get lots of inspirational sounds. It's really different to a lot of amp sim plugins where you get your sort of standard amp sounds. Now, because you've got the synth attached to this at the beginning of the chain, you can really create some unusual sounds, really inspirational sounds that you wouldn't get, as I said, from other amp sims. So would I have this as my only amp sim? Well, no, definitely not, because it doesn't do the sort of classic sounds that something like Scuff Mess Gear does so well. But this does really, as I said, really inspirational sounds that you're going to create some more unusual sort of patches with. Anyway, I'm Paul from the Studio Rats. I really hope you guys got something out of this. If you did get something out of it, don't forget to like and subscribe, click on the bell button, and you'll be notified of any future video that comes out from the Studio Rats. I'm Paul, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.